Welcome to another edition of the Bleav in Steelers show. I'm Mark Bergin. He's two-time Super Bowl champion, swagging you, Ike Taylor. IT, it's been too many moons since I've seen your face here on the pod. It's Monday. How are you doing this morning, my man?
I'm doing good, Mark. That's the way to start the week off. Got my little workout in. Haven't seen you in a minute. Glad to see you, though.
Yes, I'm alive, surviving after getting COVID, Ike. So if I seem a little nasally, that's the reason why I'm still getting through that. But loaded pod today. And before we go through all the topics, Ike, let's pay the bills first. Today's episode of Bleav in Steelers brought to you by BetOnline.ag. The NBA Finals is here. We'll make our picks at the end of the show, Ike. If you want to get in on the action, BetOnline.ag is the place to do.
365, 24/7, regardless on what sport or what time it is. Make sure y'all go to BetOnline.ag.
We've got a promo code for you. That's BLEAV to get started. Receive a 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. BetOnline, where the game starts. Ike, you're going to minicamp next week. That'll be a week from tomorrow. So that'll be, Tuesday, June 11th is day one. Wednesday is the second day, and then Thursday is the third day. What are some of the things that you're looking for? Because I know you're going to be boots on the ground.
Seeing the two quarterbacks between Justin Fields and Russell Wilson. Just seeing how they interact with the guys, seeing this offense, seeing the new OC, Coach Arthur, what he got in store for him, seeing the rhythm, seeing the timing between the quarterbacks and the receivers, seeing the new acquisition on the offensive side. When it comes down to the defensive side, there's really nothing. All you look for is communication, especially in shorts and helmet on that defensive side. The only time you can really tell a real tale on that defensive side, Mark, is when they put that equipment on and everybody get the smacking. But on the offensive side, it's the timing, who's taking control of the huddle from the quarterback position, cadence, growth and development. So I think Pittsburgh just in a good situation between Russ and Justin when it comes down to the quarterbacks. I think we've been talking about this for a couple of years now. It's needed to have two good quarterbacks on your roster.
Yes, especially in this division, Ike.
Whether you're drafting them, Mark, or whether you're just getting another good quarterback. That's just what it is for a lot of different reasons. So I'm just happy Pittsburgh has a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson, but also a super talented quarterback in Justin Fields.
I see what you did there. We're going to be talking about a lot about that. And that was a discussion point even with OTAs where I'm trying to glean through different reports of people that are there of who's getting more of the reps. I've been on record saying this. I think it's going to be Russell Wilson week one, but I'm excited to see what both guys can do behind center. And I got to ask you, this is more for the casuals out there, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference between minicamp? We just got through OTAs and we're still getting through OTAs. And then when you get into training camp, what's the difference between the three?
Shoot, that last, going through OTAs, you didn't have enough time. The playbook is damn near installed for OTAs. So minicamp, now you're really getting the full playbook. And really, it's your last impression you leaving on amongst your teammates and the coaching staff. So you always want to leave that last impression. It's like a small dose of training camp. So you always want to leave that last impression, Mark, dang, that boy finished off on a good note at minicamp. So that's all it really is. It's that dose of training camp before training camp, but at that same time, it's the last time y'all gonna see me for the summer. So let me leave a good impression on the coaching staff and my teammates.
Ike, I cannot wait to talk with you just to see what your observations are, because I remember a few years ago when you were just amazed by George Pickens and what he could do with his abilities. So I'm excited to see Jaylen Warren was another guy that you picked up on, you said right away, like, hey, this guy's for real. And both of those have been standout players for the Steelers. So I can't wait to talk with you here either next week or the week after of what you see boots on the ground there, because you always have good insights there.
I'm just going to throw out Keeanu Benton, the defensive lineman.
You're getting ahead here, right?
We'll see. We'll see what he do. I'm just a huge fan of Benton, but I just leave it like that.
That's a perfect segue because he's my pick for the second-year player who's really going to make a jump from year one to year two. You're in my brain. They say great minds think alike, Ike.
Right. Nah, Keanu, man, it's that smile for me. It's that big ass smile. It's
Yeah.
that, oh man, he's just having fun on the kid. He's a big kid, at heart, but he's a goddamn dog when it come down to being on the field. And honestly, sometimes we like to say he don't know how good he can be. I think Keanu really know how good he can be, but
Mhm.
he works his ass off and try to be that good, whether it's off or on the field. So I'm a fan of him. I want to see him in his second year, see what he can do.
Yeah, and I've liked what I've heard from OTAs. I like what he did as a rookie. First became aware of Keanu Benton when you went to the Senior Bowl, like, and we talked about how he was just wrecking practices. He was a playmaker, maybe the best player there. What he can do in year two is going to be huge, considering the veteran leadership that he's learned from with Cam Hayward entering the final year of his deal. We'll see if the Steelers get a new one worked out there. But he's going to be 35 years old, meaning at this moment in time, Mike, he is the oldest defensive lineman in the NFL. Now we'll
You talking
see
about
if,
you talking about Cam?
yeah, so we'll see if Calais Campbell ends up getting picked up, Linval Joseph as well. Both of those players are still free agents at the time of this recording. But Cam Hayward sitting out OTAs. It's no surprise he's doing
Right,
that. Again, I think
right,
that he and the Steelers will work things out.
right,
But someone's got to pick up those reps, whether it's OTAs, whether it's minicamp. See if
right,
this goes into training camp. And here's the
right.
thing, too, is like even if the Steelers pick up and work out a deal with Cam Hayward, you don't want to overexert him. I know what he can do as a multi-time All-Pro, as a multi-time Pro Bowler, as one of the best defensive linemen in the
Yeah,
NFL.
yeah,
So I want to see what Keanu Benton can do, developing his technique, what he can do with the added reps that he's going to get, and how he can make that jump from year one to year two.
yeah. He gonna do exactly what we talking about. What he thought he can do. I mean, I think I saw a few articles, a few reports, Mark, on Keanu still talking with Cam and what a guy to talk to, especially he's not around, still trying to renegotiate a contract or what so, but still in contact with me. I think he's a future Hall of Famer, Cam Hayward.
Mhm.
So uh, you've been around him, you've seen what he do. Um, Head, and what I mean by Head, Cam, that's his nickname. We call him Head. Head
Mhm.
just been an all around good dude, not only to the city but to the organization. I told Cam once he retires, whenever he does, he should run for mayor, and he will win it by a landslide. Just my opinion,
Yeah.
So that's how important I think Cam is, not only to the organization but to the city of Pittsburgh. Outside of football, the city loved Cam, and Cam loved the city. So. But as far as like Keanu, we also can talk about JP Junior too
Mhm.
as well. See what he's gonna do in his second year. He had a freshman year when it came down to football, and he took off. We would like to see also what he does in his sophomore year as well, Mark. So, man, it's a lot of good problems. The Pittsburgh Steelers are having, especially with their second year guys. Another guy, Hartwig, um, Herbig, I'm sorry.
Herbig, I
Herbig,
got
I'm
you.
sorry, Herbig. Herbig coming off his second year. The couple of snaps, the couple of plays he did have, Mark, he made the best of it. He closed out that Seattle game with one play. So that was his only one play. So it's just fun to see young guys not only having fun, Mark, for the Steelers organization, but now that I'm in the front office, it's just fun. It's just like being a proud dad. As a front office, it's like being a proud dad. Like, you talked about these guys exclusively. You had a vision for them from year one, two, three, four, and everything is just kind of like working itself out. So on this side, on the front office side, Mark, and then again, you and I, we talk about this. There's only so much I can say, but you be hitting on a lot of stuff, so I don't really be saying too much. But then we talk about this on the show, and and from the front office to the podcast to actually seeing these young men on the field, Mark, it's like for me, it's just like a dream come true. I'm keeping 100 with you. It's just like a dream come true. So it's just good to see these guys. I want to see what these guys, come into in year two. Also, not coach, GM or Marcon. This is going into his third year, but then he
Mhm.
gets to see his product, his stamp on the guys that we all gather information. But by the end of the day, Omar's pulling that trigger. So
If this year's draft hike is anything like the
like
2023 draft,
yeah,
we're
it's
in for
gonna
a
be
treat, man.
yeah, it ain't even Halloween. We ain't tricking nobody. This is all treat. If it like
It's
you say, Mark, if it's anything like you say with last year, something similar, we in for
And
a treat.
hey, speaking of the drafts, Ike, I haven't talked to you since we found out that
Yeah,
Pittsburgh is going to be
yeah,
hosting in
yeah.
2026. Is this something you ever thought would come to fruition back from your playing days? Because it was always that Radio City Music call for the longest
Correct.
time.
Correct. Then the NFL marketing genius. Let's switch. Let's go from cities to cities. That's one thing I like about the NFL. You talking about evolving? They bought their money. Hey, boy, they bought their money, Mark. them people bought their money. But what a way to come to the Steel City.
Yeah.
The blue collar, hardworking, lunchbox, downtown, pal. People, y'all come to Pittsburgh. When y'all come to Pittsburgh, y'all gonna get the real Pittsburgh accent. They be saying we be having accents, especially down south in New Orleans and Florida and all that. But Pittsburgh got its own little up north country accent. When y'all go downtown, don't say downtown, say downtown. If y'all say y'all going out, say act. I'm going act. So it's a few couple of what Yin's doing. If somebody asks you if you're visiting Pittsburgh, what Yin's doing, that means y'all. What y'all doing? They just
Yeah.
say Yins. So I can't wait to see the NFL draft in 2026, man. I know Pittsburgh gonna put on the show. I will be a part of putting on that show for the city of Pittsburgh, and can't wait.
I tweeted at the Primanti brothers. The sandwiches are ready to roll. They're ready.
Yeah, make sure when y'all do go too, make sure y'all hit that shop 412 on the south side, right off of Carson Street.
Yeah, Ike's off the banks of the Three Rivers. You got the
Yes, sir.
bridges,
Yes, sir.
skyline, and it's going to be fantastic. I had Matthew Shapiro on from the NFL, and I asked too because I was like, well, it's going to be really hard to host a huge international event. This could very well be the biggest event in the history of the city of Pittsburgh. And I asked him, like, are the Pirates going to be out of town? How do you work things out with Major League Baseball? They had the draft this last year in Detroit, while the Detroit Tigers also had a game. So there's possible opportunity there of just having tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people in the city that day. And that's just going to be, I mean, Ike, you get the skyline backdrop, whether you're at Acrisure Stadium, whether you're at PNC Park, and it's beautiful, man.
Man, we got 2 years to put in some more hotel. Man, them people. Hey, listen, Pittsburgh already ready. I don't even want to say this. I can't say this. Pittsburgh will be ready for the 2026 draft. As far as like managing traffic and seeing the city and is it nah. Pittsburgh, I ain't gonna even say it's the perfect size. People don't understand how big Pittsburgh is. Even on the outskirts of Pittsburgh. But it will be able to hold whatever event it wants to in the city of Pittsburgh. So I can only imagine what that 2026 gonna look like. But once people and we always talking about going through them tunnels, and usually to go through them Fort Pitt tunnels, it's even exciting when it comes around nighttime between 5 and 7.
Oh, it's
And you see that's your intro to the city. I think Pittsburgh has the best intro going into the city than any other city in the world. Once you get through them Fort Pitt tunnels.
Look at this, Ike. The hair standing up on my arm. You've told me about this from when we first started doing the show. You're like, look, the view you're going to have when you come out of the Fort Pitt tunnel, it's special, man. And it's something I'll never forget, my first time seeing that and getting to experience that.
Right.
And all of a sudden you get through the tunnel and just everything's right there.
Everything right there. Ain't it crazy? Everything, the whole city right in front of you. The whole city is like, you go through them Fort Pitt tunnels, and I'm like, Mark, get your camera out, get your camera ready. Going on record. Cause once we get through these tunnels, it's about to be something nice, man. And really, that's a hell of a memory. That's one thing I love about going into that city, going through them Fort Pitt tunnels, and that city just welcomes you with open arms. But the NFL draft gonna be something special. Just thinking about that 70s draft, just the whole 70s draft from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Mean Joe Greens, and from that point on, man, it's Pittsburgh been drafted Hall of Fame product.
Yeah. And Ike, we know the 74 draft alone, when you draft 4 players and
the
then
best draft
you had
class ever.
and then you had an undraft, 5 Hall of Famers in one class.
In one draft.
That's never going to happen for one team ever again. That might not happen league wide of all 32
Bill
teams
Belichick
ever
said
again.
something about that. I think on the P Mac show, Bill Belichick said something about that 74 Steelers draft. How 5 people get drafted and 5 people hit the Hall of Fame. And the one who was undrafted from South Carolina State, the safety, he wound up damn near leading the league right under Mel Blount at the time interceptions. So what are we talking about?
I'd say the only downside of this, if my math is correct, let's run it back in 27, because that'd be the first year that your son's eligible for the draft. That is the only downside I see from this, because we don't know where it'll be in 27.
Right.
Pittsburgh could host it again. They're in the running. I don't think that will happen. But
Correct.
You also have Miami is a possibility. Washington, D.C. is a possibility. Denver was a finalist for 26. So I thought for the longest time that it should always be at Radio City Music Hall. You get the Jets fans that boo their pick every year. It's one of my favorite parts. But it was in Chicago back-to-back years, and then it's been everywhere. It's been Jerry World. It's been Philly. Nashville was a crazy draft. We've seen it.
I was at the Philly and Nashville, I want to say. Philly. I was at the Philly for sure. That was it.
Nashville. I've been to Nashville many times. I used to live in Tennessee. I've never seen Broadway that crowded and that flooded with that amount of people. It was like Babylon.
Nashville a good city though, just in general.
Oh, yeah.
Just in general. Nashville is a real good city.
All right. Speaking of great cities, we're going to keep it in the 412. Russell Wilson on stage with the Zac Brown Band, part of the Kenny Chesney concert. This looked like quite the spectacle over the weekend. Looked like a great
You talking
time.
about pack?
Oh,
you talking about city pack?
Yeah. You ever seen Kenny Chesney?
Yeah. Listen.
Part of the No Shoes Nation?
Yeah, listen. I don't think people see. I don't know if you can catch a view of Acrisure Stadium and the boats on that 3 rivers. All them boats that's lined up. It's crazy. It's crazy. You talking about tailgating? But how about having a 3-day tailgating where you don't sleep and you just brewing for 3 days?
Yep.
Just 3 days with the cowboy boots. That's when I started getting my cowboy boots. I got some. I got 2 orders, not 2 orders. I got 3 orders of cowboy boots. I got some nice. I ain't know them cowboy boots was that expensive too. I got 3 pairs of cowboy boots. Well, listen here. I got 3 pairs of cowboy boots.
Yeah, Ike, I had to talk to my buddy Country Ed the very first time I went to a country show. I didn't know what to wear. I think I settled on a V-neck and some jeans.
Nah, you got to get the cowboy boots. But for Russell Wilson to pull, I saw he pulled up on the Zac Brown Band. I saw it, and I'm sure he was shocked. And when he looked up and saw Acrisure Stadium, it was like, holy moly, what the freak they got going on out here? That country music, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's a vibe, bro. It's a vibe. It's an all day good time. I'm telling you. I didn't hit too many of them. I didn't
know this about you, Ike.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I seen Kenny twice. I saw him. He came to Mizzou one of the years that I was there. And then I saw him down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, when I was living in Florida, Ike. The Tortuga Music Festival.
Okay.
You get Corona, your toes are in the sand, everyone's in swimsuits. It's fantastic.
No, it's live, bro. It's live. For Russell Wilson, I don't know if that's his first country. I mean, his wife is Sierra, so
yeah.
My bad. He touching all kind of music. I mean, hell, she touching all kind of music. She can pretty much do it all. So I'm tripping.
What's the best concert you've seen at what used to be Heinz Field is now Acrisure Stadium?
Probably that Kenny.
Wow.
Yeah, no, 100%. Hands down. It's a whole different vibe, man.
Yeah.
It's a
You
whole
don't
different.
realize how many bangers he has either. You're like, it's just endless.
And you know, Ken ain't nothing with this and big. But when he walk up to that stage, he's a giant. It just amazes me, Mark, to see entertainers how they can manipulate the crowd, bro.
Oh yeah.
I mean, one person, just
Yeah.
like one person can manipulate thousands of people, thousands of people. And I ain't talking about like 3,000. I'm talking about 65,000 people. You know, knowing word for word your song. It just amazes me. It really do, man. How artists are that talented. One, coming up with words that everybody can feel, coming out with the music and putting the word play together with the instruments and the sounds and the beats. And everybody feel differently about one song because they might be going through something in life, or everybody feel the same about that song. It's one or the other. And it just blows my mind on how artistic artists are. They really open a different side to their brain. Then when they get on stage, that's a whole nother workout. You know? Not only physically, but mentally. Cause I didn't talk to a few artists, Mark, and whatever they had on their itinerary, just by the vibe of the stadium or
Yes.
that night, they had to
Yep.
go off script. That was like the
Oh
crowd was
yeah. Oh
giving me
yeah.
so much of this. I just had to go off script, and my band had to come along with me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, leave
You
this.
can tell when an artist it's really heartfelt of what venue or what city or what area that they're playing in, and if it means something not just to them, but they can pick it up of, oh, this crowd's different than a typical show on my tour.
Oh, it's in the air. I be trying to tell. Listen, artists for me, and I ain't no artist, but I mean, I played in front of hundreds of thousands of people, so
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm an artist just on the sports
You
side.
played 12 years in the NFL, like you
Yeah,
won.
on the sports side, and I entertain.
Yeah, I'll
We
tout your credentials.
so, but yeah, it's the feel like you know when you got when a team deflated, you know when you took all the air out the stadium, you know playing at home. You know, when the crowd was into it, when the crowd wasn't into it, you knew how to feed off the crowd. You know, when Steeler Nation was traveling, you knew what that felt like home instead of a away game. You just the only game that didn't feel like a home game, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. That was that Raiders game, the old Raiders Stadium in Oakland.
Mm.
But other than that, Mark, and San Fran. But other than that, Mark, out my years of playing, I thought every game damn near was a home game. So
Yeah,
I get,
let me add fuel to this fire too, Ike.
yeah.
You played and were a key contributor in the most famous game played in Heinz Field history. Period. Period.
Which
The
one?
Troy Polamalu interception to send you guys to
Uh,
the Super Bowl. Most
uh,
famous game in Heinz Field history.
I think that was our third. That was our third time playing the Ravens, right? That
Yeah.
year. Yeah. But you know
So
how hard it is.
this
You
is
know
who
how hard.
this is coming from. If you're watching this on the internet, of like,
Right.
who is Ike Taylor? Again, I'll tout your credentials, Ike.
Oh yeah. Hey, shout out to Coach LeBeau too. He coming out with a book.
I didn't know that.
Coach Dick LeBeau coming out with a book. I'm saying shout out because I'm in it.
Okay. We'll keep an eye on that and make
Oh
sure
yeah,
our listeners
keep a
and viewers have
keep a
all the details.
keep a big ass eye on that one too.
Okay.
For real.
Ike, before we move on, and we will here in just a second, when you
All right.
saw Kenny Chesney at Heinz Field, now Acrisure Stadium, when was that? Who were you with? What do you remember about that?
It was me and my cousin Ryan. We was backstage on that thing. Me and my cousin Ryan backstage on that thing. Uh, dang, what year it was? I forgot what year. All I know, I was brewed up. I didn't drink. I didn't know I could drink that many beers. I mean, boy had a
Hey,
beer.
when in Rome, man. When in Rome.
Boy started off with a beer for breakfast. I said, bro, this is what we doing? He said, this is what we doing. I said, all right, then shoot. This is what we doing, man. We're gonna start off with hey, listen here. It's all downhill from this point on.
Yep.
No breaks. We ain't got if we starting off with a brew for breakfast, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this omelet and this brew. Damn. All right, man,
One of
this is
those
what we doing.
days. That's gonna be one of those days.
Yes.
All right, we lost Ike here just a second. Ike, keeping this rolling. Speaking of Acrisure Stadium, you were just there playing in the Resilience Bowl, goes to charity with Troy Polamalu in mini Steelers legends. I saw you holding up some hardware. I saw you got into the paint as well. I saw you scored at least one touchdown, caught a pass from Big Ben. Looked like you were just having fun out there, Ike.
Man, I was having too much fun. Having so much fun, my fellow teammates wanted to come out on the field, but they said they were too old. I was having, and you know that's when that workout. Yeah, that's when that workout comes. I was glad to show off how in shape I was. So glad. But yeah, Seven threw me two. He threw me a slot. He threw me a slot fade. Bam! And then I told him give me a little screen pass. He threw me a screen pass. I slid past him, talking smack. It was just a whole lot of fun, man. Hey, shout out to Troy Polamalu and everybody who sponsored and came out. Shout out to all my teammates who came out. And I think we all said only Troy can bring everybody out. You know what I'm saying? And Troy pretty much bought, from Bussy to Seven to I can go on and on to the late 70s. Like Troy bought everybody out, to be honest with you. And probably a few of them would have came out too from the a few more would have came out from the 70s crew. But they had plans as well. But that Resilience Bowl, what Troy did for the week, I think my dog was there for like 10 days. I mean, golly, it was a heck of a time. It was just bringing back memories. Me, Ham, Troy, Chris Hope, Brian McFadden, and I had Earl. You see, y'all know him as Heath. His name is Earl. I even had Earl hanging out with me. So it was just, oh my gosh. And sometimes I just get out of character, and I just be having everybody just like cracking up. But yeah, it was all the way live. That Resilient Bowl was all the way. Troy and his wife Theodora, my sister, they do it for a good cause, And I mean, who can pack a third of Acrisure Stadium other than Troy for a good cause? And everything else was sealed off. So I'm sure if Troy wanted 38,000 people to be there, 38,000 people would have been there. But that's Troy. Only Troy can pull some stuff off like that. But that Resilience Bowl, Mark, I had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Talking a lot of smack too.
Why Earl?
Had some superstars. Yeah. It's only right. It's only right.
Why Earl Ike?
That's the name. Earl Miller.
Okay.
Earl Heath Miller. We just know him as Heath. But his real name is Earl. So not too many people can call him Earl, but you talking about having a fun. Oh my gosh. I had Earl crying. And Earl is real laid back. I'm sorry, Heath is real laid back. But that put a smile on my heart to see him cheesing heavy.
What were you saying to him, Mike?
Man, there's some stuff I can't say right now.
Okay.
I told Earl, I said, Earl, you got some daughters? He said, yeah. I said, keep your daughters away from my kind. But it was a few other words I was using. But yeah, that's what we had. We had a good time.
All right. I did want to ask you this. You can't pick yourself. Is there another player who's like nearly, I mean, you're aging like fine wine, Ike, but is there another player who's also aged gracefully?
Hell no. Hell, it's only me. But I said, hell no. Hey, Mark. Hell no. I had a few of my teammates pulling hamstrings. I'm like, all right, this y'all. Hell, not one. No, but C-Hope look good. B-Mac look good. You know what? Me, C-Hope, and B-Mac for the most part. Yeah. But hell no. Hell, them boys look they act exactly their age. I'm like, see, that's why Earl did his thing. I'm lying. Earl did his thing too. He did his thing. But other than that, won't nobody. Man, I'm in hell. What them young kids say? I'm in hella shape. Hey, Mark, I'm in hella shape. I was running past them
Trust me,
boys
I
so
know.
fast.
Trust me, Ike, I know.
Hella shape.
Yeah, you ran right by everybody.
Man,
Flag
I ran
football.
right.
Ike, you
Yo,
missed your
old
call.
and young.
You played in the league for 12 years. I mean, flag football is about to be an Olympic sport. I think you missed your calling, man.
Hey, mess around, put me on that. Anybody who tuning in, mess around and put me on that flag football team, but we're gonna win it all. Cause I'm on them.
Well, that's how you got started with the sport in the first
That's
place at
exactly how I got
Louisiana
started.
Lafayette. So
Yeah, you know my grades weren't right, man. Boy was
yeah,
cutting up in school. Mama had to call me, sit me down, got my stuff together, and took off from there.
yeah. Yeah, this is incredible. Like, this is my favorite part of the show where it just totally gets derailed. But oh man, I'm glad you had a good time at the Resilience Bowl, man. And
Man, I
shout out to
appreciate you,
Troy as
dog.
well.
For sure.
All right, few other topics to rip through. Justin Jefferson's getting paid. Ike, record contract, highest deal ever for a non-quarterback. 4 years, 140 mil, 110 guaranteed. This to me is why you had to trade Deontay Johnson. You get some value back from him in Dante Jackson, who's likely going to be your starting corner. And then that money that you're going to pay at premium for the wide receiver positions, George Pickens, year 3. He has one more year left on his rookie deal. I mean, look, CeeDee Lamb's going to get paid this offseason too, Ike. And when 5 of your top 8 contracts
Jamar
are
Chase, T.
receivers,
Higgins.
you see how the receiver position is valued in the league.
Man,
I'm
listen.
telling you, man.
Man, listen here. Listen, 4 for the 140, 110 guaranteed, 88 to 89 signing bonus, right then and there. 4 for 140. I mean, he deserved every bit of it too.
Yep.
To keep it 100 with you, Brandon Ayuk don't. He's another one that won't get paid too as well. So I mean, just JJ, he deserved it. He deserved every bit of it. You kind of overlooked JJ when he was at LSU because of Jamar Chase. You know, you kind of you didn't look at him, but then when he get to the league and he kind of cut up, you always looked at Justin Jefferson as that Robin type. You know, because we got it all with Jamar Chase, his size, speed, and ability, his athleticism. But little did we know that you know, they had 2 Batmans, Jamar and Chase. Jamar and Chase, same person. Justin and Jamar. You
We
know what I'm
got you,
saying?
Ike.
I think we kind of overlooked 2 as well, especially with the LSU boys when it was OBJ and
Jarvis Landry.
Jarvis Landry.
Yeah.
You know, we thought it was, you know, again, Batman and Robin. But hell, it was Batman and Batman. You know, we just, and again, here we go again with another couple coming from, you know, LSU with the young boy, God,
Neighbors. And then you
Neighbors and
got Brian
Shaw
Thomas.
Thomas.
Brian Thomas. Yep.
So, I mean, 2 different personalities, but 2 dogs on the field, just 2 different styles. You know, so that's 3 duels right there. You know, that our name came from LSU. But Justin definitely deserved it, every little bit of it. We saw as soon as he stepped into the league, he just been cutting up. Silky smooth, silky smooth. Every time Minnesota needed to play, big play, especially I just go back to is that Buffalo, you know, that Buffalo playoff, not even playoff, that Buffalo game. Like it was 4th and some change, like 4th and 16.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
Drew it
knew who
up.
was going. Everybody knew who was going to Justin Jefferson. Everybody knew. Stadium knew. Both sidelines knew. And guess who came down with it? It was Justin Jefferson. But Justin been doing that, you know, since he stepped into the league. You know, so I mean, 4 for 140. You can only imagine. Dang, you can only imagine in the next couple of years, what a wide receiver contract gonna look like. If they're doing a 4-for-1 in 2 more years, Mark, it's gonna be 4 for 160, 170.
Yeah.
Easy.
And he's deserving, Ike. Let me add some fuel to your
100%.
fire. He's topped 1,000 yards every season, most receiving yards in NFL history in the first 4 years, most receiving yards per game in NFL history for the first years, second most catches per game in the first 4 years. So it's like,
he deserved it.
Yeah, like it's
he deserved every bit of it.
Yeah.
He
5 of the
deserved every
highest non-paid quarterbacks, now wide receivers, Ike. So how the league is shifting and what the league overall is valuing across all 32 teams. That's why you see this deal with Justin Jefferson.
Man, the league. I mean, I don't want to hear nothing about basketball or baseball, because the stars in every league getting paid. Stars in baseball getting paid. Stars in basketball getting paid. Stars in football getting paid. By the way, there's 53 guys on the roster. So that's why the owners can't pay everybody. You know, basketball, where they got 15 to 18 on the roster. Baseball, where they got 20-something total, between 19 and 23 total on the roster. So, of course, but by the end of the day, only your stars getting big money. So I can only imagine if Caleb Williams even gets to a Super Bowl during his first contract, just gets to a Super Bowl, right? It's gonna be 5 for 700, easy. I mean, you can only imagine if Patrick Mahomes get to another Super Bowl and win it, Mark, they gotta tear his contract up and redo it. So the young man gonna wind up getting close to $1.5 billion just football contract money. Just think about it. If that young man Patrick Mahomes wins another Super Bowl, you have to tear his contract up. You have to. So it goes from whatever he got. What he got, an 8-year extension for how much?
The three-peat. Let me pull that up, Mike. But to three-peat, which I don't think that's ever been done in the Super Bowl era.
Not even three-peat. I'm just saying if he wins another Super Bowl, it don't even have to be next year.
So his deal was a 10-year, $450 million contract. I'm trying to see when he signed that. Looks like I'm not exactly sure when, doing live math on the air here, Ike, but it's a 10-year contract for $450 million, so $45 million per season.
All right. So let's say, I mean, they're gonna have to honestly, they're gonna have to tear it up anyway and restructure.
Yeah, because he's under contract through 2031, but is Mahomes? There are several players now that make more on a per year basis than Mahomes. No one's better than
the
Mahomes.
Hunts.
So
the Hunts ain't gonna let that happen.
Yeah.
The Hunts not gonna approve with that. They're not gonna let that happen. All Patrick Mahomes got to do is just be Patrick Mahomes. The Hunt's not gonna allow somebody to be making more than their quarterback on the love and the Super Bowls and the ticket sales, the jersey sales, the Swifties. The Hunts ain't gonna allow that to happen, bro. They not gonna allow that to happen. So by the end of the day, they're gonna say, let's cut it up. Let's cut this contract up. Let's give you more money either up front or in your salary. 1 or 2. And if he wins another one, they're gonna shorten the contract up and give him some more money. The man gonna see $1 billion, bro. Guarantee you.
Yeah, I'm
Patty
with you.
Mahomes stay healthy. Yeah, he gonna see $1 billion for sure.
Ike,
For sure.
let me change gears here a little bit. The gameplay is out for this new college football video game, EA Sports. It's going to be out July the 19th. I used to play this every year growing up with buddies.
Favorite game ever.
Oh, I have it in a new game system. I got an old 360. They stopped making games for that.
I just got one.
I might have to get back in for this game.
Yes, sir. I just got one for this. I just got a new PS5 just for this game right here. So it's 2 games that was my favorite. I know you remember this. Contra on the Sega Genesis, and EA Sports.
Old school.
Contra, up, down, left, right, BA select start. That was the cheat code so you can have ammo all day for. I still remember. I still remember. I still remember, bro.
It's that muscle memory, Ike.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I need that ammo all game.
Like Contra and Forever, where it's like
But
you're
yeah,
like
EA Sports.
Mm-hmm.
But all night. I'm talking about pizza all night. Just order pizza for 3 days. Don't eat. Don't take no showers. Don't do nothing. Man, listen here. Just had them baby wipes on standby. I'm EA Sports all day. I'm pissed off. I gotta use the bathroom because I'm playing my dynasty mode. In EA Sports. I'm mad. It's a 3 day. That's a 3 day event right there for sure.
Have you and Ivan talked about the fact that he'll be not in this year's game, but the following year?
Yeah, we talked about it. It's exciting for him.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, it's very exciting for him.
Like he'll be in it. I mean, I know you have experience from when you were in Madden, from when you played, but like, I don't know. We went a decade without the Taylor name, and it's coming back, man.
Coming back, baby, coming back. Yeah, that's why I told him, man. Bro, I hope we have 10 kids, bro. All them boys. Gotta keep this.
Yeah, going. We'll make a baseball team, Mike.
100%.
Yeah, I think I might have to get back in. This was the game, and I remember we used to do the online dynasty mode, and we'd always be waiting 1 week for one person to play his game. But this was always just bragging rights, and even just around the house, at the apartment, even in college, like this was the game to play.
Bro, it kept us out of trouble.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We ain't had either we was outside playing with each other, riding bikes, or we was on this game all day, every day.
Yeah. All right. Can't wait for that. 2 really quick things. Hard Knocks going to feature the Chicago Bears for the first time ever. And I was thinking about this. I would love to see the Steelers on Hard Knocks, but traditionally that's meant that the team that's on Hard Knocks is coming off a losing season. Steelers haven't had that. It's been decades now. So there's that. But then I also think that there's the possibility, though, Ike, of I don't know if that same criteria applies to, they're doing Hard Knocks, say, mid-season now, not just, training camp into preseason, into the regular season. So I think that could be a possibility as well. As much as I'd love to see the Steelers, again, the criteria has always been the team that's on it's coming off a losing season. But I'm excited to see Caleb Williams, new era in Chicago, Rome Odunze and company. I got a lot of people back home that are pumped to see this.
Yeah, shout out to Hard Knocks and the Chicago Bears, but they never was in Pittsburgh. Boy, they lucky they never. What? But I would have had my own. I would have had so many shows over Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
All kind of shows too. All kind of shows, Mark. PG, rated R, general. We would have a day in the life, right? Let alone a day in a week or 2, right? Boy, look at him. Look at him. Yeah, I think I said this one time before. But I have a whole lot of fun in Wyoming. So imagine you in my city of Pittsburgh, we talking about Hard Knocks, training camp. I ain't even know you live like that, right? Oh, yes, I did. But nah, man, it's perfect timing for the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams and company. Kenny Allen, old school veteran and company. It's going to be, Caleb been going through this since he been in college, man. He been having cameras rolling around, paparazzi around him. So this ain't going to be nothing new for him. So, it's going to be exciting to see his growth and development. That's what you really want to see up close in person. So Hard Knocks, giving us an inside take on what's going on, between the Chicago Bears. But especially right now, you got a rookie, the first pick of the 2024 draft, and Caleb Williams and his expectations. So that's going to be very exciting.
There's that. There's always the training camp storylines of,
right.
The 53rd man. I am very curious to see. They've been talking about this for forever, Ike, of what you're going to do, of are you going to renovate Soldier Field, are you going to move out to the suburbs? If the team tries to use Hard Knocks as a medium to propose whether they want to stay in the city, when they want to move out to the burbs, from a big picture standpoint, beyond just this current team, is that going to be a theme at all of any of the episodes? That's what I'm going to have my eyes
Hey,
on.
Mark, I thought I saw a proposal where there was going, like what, a $1.5 billion stadium inside, not inside, but on
Like
the water. Was
like a
was I tripping?
retractable roof.
Yeah, was I
Like
tripping on that?
I know you weren't. And listen, we'll have to talk some off air about this
Okay,
because I could keep you here till sundown with
got you.
everything that's going on and a lot of what went on 20 years ago when they renovated Soldier Field. Because remember the Bears, I think it was either 02, 03. They played for a season down at the University of Illinois in Champaign. But
Got you.
I'll talk to you about those details off the air
Okay,
because I would keep you
all
here
right,
way
for
too
sure.
long otherwise. Final topic of the show. We got the NBA Finals starting up this week. BetOnline's a sponsor of the show. I'm going to take the Celtics. I'll say the Celtics. I'm going to go in 6. Celtics in 6 is my pick. What say you, Ike Taylor?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Mavs in 6.
All right, great. You like Luka and Kyrie?
No, I'm gonna go to Mavs in 7. Yes, I do.
I
Yes, I
do
do.
think Luka is the best player in the series. I will say that, but I think this is the year Tatum, Brown, and company in Boston get it done.
Man, I saw. Man, they were showing them. They were showing them throwbacks when Luke was playing over there where he from. We ain't got a chance. Man, them boy. Man, listen here,
Yeah.
man. Man, as a team, no wonder he feel no pressure. But his basketball games over there won't nothing but pressure. Got the
Mm,
whole stadium rocking and
yeah.
building. It's like being at a soccer stadium,
Yep.
an indoor soccer stadium, going crazy, building about to collapse. And you think he don't call this pressure? He like, boy, well, y'all need to come over there where I was from, bro. That's pressure. That's
I'm
pressure where
with
you
you,
can't
Ike,
make
but you
it.
got to play both ways. I love Luka. He's prolific with the ball, but there's a defensive component too where I think the Celtics are a little bit deeper. We'll see, though. This series,
Man, you got to know your personnel, Mark. You think I'm asking Luka to play defense? I'm asking Luka to play the saddest 5, the saddest one out of 5 on defense. I need him on offense. I don't need him to play no D. I mean, these rules have changed for the NBA anyway. Ain't nobody. We got the European rules. Now we ain't even got the American rules of basketball NBA no more. So hell no, man. That's why. What you think they call a Euro step? I ain't never heard that. If Tony Kukoc, he the first person I seen do it from
mm,
the Bulls. Tony Kukoc started. Well, not started, but he was one of the first I seen do that. The Euro 2-step, but. Yeah, I ain't asking Luke to play nobody, man. Hey, Luke, play the coach. If the coach want to get on the court, you play the coach for for the opposite team, man. I want you playing the least talented player out the 5. I don't care who it is starting. I
hey,
need you
Ike,
on
we've been
offense,
doing
man.
this show now since 2019, and who knew we were talking about the wrong sport the entire time?
Right, right. Ain't that
Unbelievable.
something?
Oh, man. Ike, you're the absolute best. I want to thank you. I want to thank our presenting sponsor, BetOnline.ag. Apple and Spotify, 5 stars and 5 stars. Only YouTube. Please hit that subscribe button. Ike, anything I'm missing?
No, I second that, man. I want to thank Bleav in Steelers podcast. I want to thank my dog Mark. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Got to thank BetOnline.ag. Always been rocking with us since day one, man. Make sure y'all give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts. Thanks for tuning in.
For Ike Taylor, I'm Mark Bergin. Thanks for watching Bleav in Steelers. We'll see you next time. Till then, take care and so long, everybody.
Peace.